The first evening of our Tesla ownership was flawed by an inability to charge the car. Let's talk about it. So post-order and post-delivery, everything was looking good for our Tesla Model 3 Performance ownership. I had a fun ride home from the faraway Clarkston Center with my kids, and we were trying out various features of the car and getting thrown back in our seats off the ridiculous acceleration. I'll talk about those overall impressions next time, but for now I want to focus on a specific failure mode we experienced and how it was resolved. When we were done driving for the night, we pulled the car into its new resting place in our garage and connected to the included charger that will be our regular method to recharge the car. When we built our home back in 2013, somehow we had the foresight to install high-power plugs on both sides of our garage in expectation of future electric vehicles. I don't recall if I suggested it or our electrician, but thankfully we did, and so we were all set with no retrofit needed. The actual plug type we had installed was a NEMA 1030, which is a 250 volt 30 amp plug with 2 angled connectors and 1 L-shaped one. Given the car comes with the charging device, Tesla sells a variety of charging adapters to use with all sorts of plugs, including the 1030. The adapter was actually out of stock for some time on the Tesla store, but it came in just before we received the car, just in time thankfully, and it only cost $35 plus tax. I intended then to not buy any additional charging hardware, just use the included mobile charger with the 1030 adapter and be all set off of our existing plugs. Pretty awesome, as I don't want to even know what it might have cost to retrofit high voltage plugs for EVs now in a finished home with a drywall garage and a finished basement. In any case, we plugged in the car and left it for the night, having set the charging schedule to begin charging every night at 11 p.m. when our rates dropped for the time of day rates with DTE. Everything seemed fine. Round about 11 o'clock p.m., my phone popped a notification from the Tesla app that charging had been interrupted. I went outside to look and the car was just not charging. The screen indicated a pop-up showing a fault, that power was not being supplied by the charger itself. The charger though was glowing green and nothing seemed to be wrong, no red lights or fault indicators. So I tried the 110 volt adapter that came with the car on a regular outlet in our garage and had the same no charging result. The next morning though, I called Tesla support. I spoke to a very helpful and nice rep, walked through all the troubleshooting I had done the night before, redid some of the same tests, and ultimately the car was doing the same thing. No power being supplied, fault shown, and no charging. She suspected that the charger itself could be at fault and recommended I could register for an at-home service appointment through the app where they can come to the house, check everything out, and be sure to bring a replacement charger if they agree that that was the main problem. That was all well and good until I actually went to register for the appointment and saw that they were scheduling weeks out. That wouldn't work for actually using the car without being able to charge over a period of 2 to 3 weeks. Being a Saturday, I checked the status of the Clarkston Center, which was technically closed for service, although open for test drives and showroom purposes. I went ahead and texted the rep that had completed our delivery the day before, since I had his number. I explained everything that was wrong, and he graciously invited me to come back up to the Clarkston Center and bring the charger with me. If the charger was the culprit, they could replace it on site even though service was technically closed. So off I went, another 45-minute drive back to Clarkston. Once I arrived, I saw the same folks who were there for the delivery. They took the car back and confirmed it could charge fine on their chargers. I had actually stopped at a local supercharger as well to test the car myself earlier in the day, and it worked there too just fine. Funny story though about the romance mode. My son and I went to the supercharger, and we were sitting there playing with the toy box and some of the settings and goofy things that you can do with the Tesla. So we go ahead and engage romance mode with the windows up on 100 and some degree, burning hot, middle of the afternoon, sunny day. So we're sitting there, not realizing, okay, the screen's showing the fireplace. Starts getting really hot. The seat warmers are all cranked up. Heat's cranked to maximum. We can't get out of romance mode. How do you get out of romance mode? We're tapping the screen. We're holding the screen. It's getting really hot in the car. Finally, I grab my phone. I'm Googling, how do you exit romance mode on a Tesla? Well, triple tap. So, sweating down to our armpits, finally, we got out of romance mode. So also at the Clarkston Center, they had another Tesla out in the parking lot near an outlet. So I parked next to that one, got my charger out, and using the 110 volt there, we confirmed my car didn't charge, nor did the other car charge off of my charger. But my car did charge off of that car's charger. Say that 10 times fast. So without question, the failure mode was my charger. They took the faulty one, grabbed a replacement, logged the replacement as a service visit, and back home I went. 45-minute drive home. Kind of a pain for sure with all the extra drives, and still no reason as to why the original charger actually faulted, but who cares, I guess. The replacement charger has been working fine for the couple of weeks now that we've had the car, so whatever the fault was, it was just a fluke at best, I guess. Hats off to Tesla service, though, from the phone support to the local support in Clarkston, handling an impromptu service visit on a Saturday when service was technically closed and fully resolving our issue. So, more on the Tesla to come. Next time, giving overall first impressions. Like and subscribe to see it. Thanks.